I'm just saying that Roman Reigns could probably lay more of a beating on somebody than Stone Cold. Stone Cold was more like the rattlesnake. He'd catch you slipping, and then hit DTA. Don't trust anybody, motherfucker. You know.
Very true.
Austin 316 means I just whooped that ass. So you know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not saying that Stone Cold ain't the shit. What I'm saying is that I think
I should have never said
character-wise.
Again, back to reality. The main event is Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and
I think they're selling the character.
If you want to talk about any other man from the Attitude Era that happens to be a superstar and going to be at WrestleMania, it probably ain't going to be someone like Stone Cold performing. I see The Rock. Probably
Stone Cold's going to be at Mania. Fucking The Rock's going to be at Mania. HBK's going to be at Mania.
Yeah, but they're not going to be all part of this match. I think The Rock's going to
None of them are going to be. I don't know who's going to be a part of the match.
I stressed this and stated this before. I think The Rock's going to cost Triple H the title for Roman Reigns. I really don't know how or when or what they're going to do. But I think that after about half hour of them going at it and Triple H being tired and kicking out of a spear or a Superman punch or something, and Roman Reigns kicking out of a second and third pedigree, The Rock's going to come out and some craziness is going to happen, and that's how Reigns is going to get the title back.
I like that call. Maybe that's how Shawn Michaels comes out, too.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Because they never actually got to go at it in their careers one-on-one, did they?
No.
Oh, man, that'd be some shit.
That would be sick for
Rock and Michaels.
Oh, dude, that would be so awesome.
You made a great call there, bro.
So maybe that's how they incorporate Michaels into the match. Dude,
you never know.
Shawn Michaels, full disclosure, probably my favorite wrestler all time, a la Undertaker, because I couldn't pick Shawn Michaels as a kid because my cousin Justin
blame it. She just put you on blast.
He loved Shawn Michaels, man. Like, that was his guy. And so I couldn't take him, so I had to be the Undertaker. I took the Undertaker, and I don't take it back because the Dead Man's legit, and the Undertaker's the only one outside of my. He's the only one out of all our family members' favorite wrestlers who's still kicking. So I win. Yeah. But now my other cousin Josh, he likes. He likes Triple H. You can't even
say that because Triple Champ doesn't about to say Jericho's still going Kane.
But Josh, my cousin Josh though. My cousin Josh, he liked Bret the Hitman Hart.
I just named Kane, Big Show, Mark Henry. Some of these guys never stopped, man. They're a beast.
Yeah, well, like I said, my cousin Josh liked Bret Hart first. After Bret Hart,
the best show was the best there ever.
Had to retire. He picked Triple H, and so his guy's still going, and his guy's the champ, so I guess I can't really talk shit. But he wasn't always a Triple H fan. He was a Bret Hart fan first. So, and then my other cousin, Justin, and these were my two wrestling buddies when I was growing up. Yeah. You know, like, always talked wrestling and stuff like that.
I know. Michael Vincent's a Trip fan.
Yeah? Has he always been a Trip fan?
Yeah, Trip and Matt Hardy.
But he came on the bus like way late, past me. Like you came.
Mike's 2 years older than me, or a year and a half.
But he probably didn't. Like, I remember when Goldust was IC champ back in the day.
Goldust used to be a beast, man. It sucks.
I remember when
really
Ahmed Johnson
that you got that
had a feud with the Nation of Domination.
Man.
I remember when the Las Boricuas had a thing with the Disciples of Apocalypse, and then they had a thing with Anyway, I remember the corporate ministry.
We get it. You were born in 1985. You remember the glory days, you asshole.
Oh man, I love that shit. That was my jam, dude. And that's just WWE or WWF. Sorry. And
what? Did you just break kayfabe?
And then also it was also
WWF and not
the World Wrestling Federation. Yes, I said it. The World Wrestling Federation.
He just said the WWF and wasn't referring to the World Wildlife Federation.
Foundation.
Wait, World Wildlife Federation?
Foundation.
Oh, sorry. I'm
the World Wrestling Federation. All right. So, okay. Dude, okay, I gotta go back to MMA because I was worried about that. Look, dude, I got all kinds of news and stuff to go through, and I was worried about filling up time, and we filled it up without
even... our little Mel soap opera ain't all that entertaining.
Let's go to the big leagues. Now I'm saying the real big leagues. Okay. Yes. Mixed martial arts was just legalized in New York City. The only city out of all the states that did not allow mixed martial arts.
I thought it was the whole state that wasn't legal there.
The whole state. No, yeah, New York. I mean, it just got legalized in New York City. But the whole state of New York did not allow mixed martial arts to be performed in that state. And now you can. And it has been Rosie O'Donnell's brother, you could eat a dick, sir. That's what I gotta say about that. You could eat a fucking dick, sir.
You could roast it first, too.
As a matter of fact, you could eat Rosie O'Donnell's dick, sir.
Getting hypey up in here.
Dude, fucking meet me in the cage, bitch. I'll fucking show you what MMA is, motherfucker.
Burn! Wait, what?
Anyway. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system.
That's all right.
And now I have a public platform to say it on. Mr. Rosie O'Donnell's brother, because you're not important enough to know your fucking name. You could eat a fucking dick. You could eat your brother, sister, whatever the fuck Rosie O'Donnell is. Dick.
I think it's amazing that you say that after Eugene just this last week on the episode of Walking
You know
Dead
what he said?
He said out of Dwight's dick.
He said,
dude, last
MMA.
time, 2-3 weeks, no, actually this is a little over a month ago, you said before there was The Weeknd, there was a Kid Cudi, and then you played the song Day and Night, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, a little less than a week or a week out, a little more than a week after that, Kid Cudi ended up on The Talking Dead. I was like, really, wow, this guy just like...
Yeah. So Rosie O'Donnell's brother said that MMA is considered gay porn without a happy ending.
Oh, wow. I didn't know gay porn had happy endings to begin with.
Well, that's Rosie O'Donnell's brother for you. Anyway.
Moving on.
Like we said in the top of the podcast, Conor McGregor versus Natalis Diaz. Don't think that should happen. Like we said, it should be.
Round one was amazing.
I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna do your job for you, UFC, and I'm gonna give you what I think personally. And I don't know. I'm a nobody, right? So this is just what I think your UFC 200 should be. You already said that it's gonna be Cain Velasquez versus Travis Brown. So throw that on the pay-per-view. I'm fine with that. What about then Dillashaw versus Rafael Assunção for the number one contender? And then how about Nate Diaz versus Rafael dos Anjos for the 155 strap? And then how about Conor McGregor versus Frankie Edgar, because Frankie Edgar fucking deserves it. And then for the main event, why don't you have Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler for the welterweight championship? There you go.
Be beautiful.
Drop the mic. Boom. Did your work for you. Tell me that won't sell. That's 3 titles, UFC, and 3 titles that won't be left in limbo. You don't have to save Frankie Edgar and Conor McGregor for New York. You don't.
They want to, though, really bad, don't they?
They really do. And you don't have to save it for New York. Because if Frankie Edgar does beat Conor McGregor, which the whole world thinks is going to happen anyway, if they do, if this happens, and Conor McGregor then loses, you can run that shit back, and it'll sell in New York. And you don't kill Conor McGregor, because if you put Nate Diaz against Conor McGregor again,
that'll kill him.
You'll kill your main character. And that's that. You will not have a Conor McGregor to sell anymore. So put Conor versus Frankie. And if Frankie beats Conor, let Conor then have his rematch against Frankie in New York. So, that's that. And then, like I said, Nick Diaz is free. They freed Nick Diaz from his marijuana stint. And now he is allowed to fight again. He already knocked out Robbie Lawler once.
Ooh, did you hear that, Robbie?
So, maybe run that shit. You know, it already sells itself. Robbie lost.
Exactly.
Got knocked out. It's one of the top knockout. It's one of the ultimate knockouts of all time. He walked into a swinging left or a swinging right. It was great. An overhand right. Boom.
And he went to sleep.
And he went night. And then Nate. You know, Nate's free to fight RDA, and then you have that. Nate Diaz said that the title is a fairy tale. But if you put a title on Nate, it's no longer a fairy tale, and Nate's the champ. And Nate's that much more sellable if he beats RDA. RDA and him fought already. It was a decision.
For RDA?
RDA won.
Boo.
So run that shit back. And now he just beat your guys' number one guy.
Of all.
I totally agree with Frankie Edgar now. The C in UFC stands for Conor.
Boo. I thought I signed for something else.
Championship?
No.
Yeah, that's right. Because apparently championships don't mean shit in the UFC.
Boo. You can lose and keep on. This is like the WWE what?
So like I said, Kane versus Brown. Dillashaw versus Asuncao for the number one contender.
In fantasy land, we would get
Nate versus Rafael dos Anjos. McGregor versus Frankie Edgar. And Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. That's your UFC 200 if I was a booker. But I'm not. So, you guys can take that and run with it.
Or walk, because that's what we do here in America.
So, I'm going to do this part real fast. The NFL, Courtney Upshaw signs with the Ravens. Some guy, I don't know, he's the Saints middle linebacker. His name's John Laurinaitis. Says he
James Laurinaitis.
Sorry, James, my bad. You've heard of him? Saints middle linebacker James Laurinaitis doesn't like being cut by some team and says that he's eager to be a leader for the Saints. What's your stance on James Laurinaitis, sir? Since you know his name so well.
I know he only played 6 seasons of the Rams and he's their franchise leading tackler. It's fucking job and shit, excuse me.
And that's why I brought that up. Why don't you talk into the mic and tell them what's up?
I talked into the mic to hear me.
Oh man, so yeah.
Hey, at least he's not in the division. It doesn't hurt that bad.
He doesn't like that he was cut by the Rams. That was the team that I was talking about.
Because he wanted to play in a big market. He's in an even bigger market than.
Can the Broncos win a Super Bowl with Mark Sanchez?
Mr. Butt Fumble? Probably not. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Chiefs win that division. Or the Raiders.
How do you feel about RG3 going to Cleveland?
Better than Johnny Hot Dog.
All right. And Johnny Manziel, where's he going to end up?
Hopefully for your sake, not in a Niner uniform.
You're right. Aaron Rodgers is a UFO believer, you guys. And
I
you heard it
about that today.
You heard it here on the on the B2J podcast. I love Aaron Rodgers for coming out as a believer. I am a believer too, sir. Anyway.
So we're just under
I'm gonna name 10 teams real quick. You're gonna have to go a little. I'm gonna have to go fast.
Let's go fast.
San Jose Sharks 40-25-6. Are
they suck right now. They just lost 2 in a row.
Tampa Bay Lightning 41-26-5.
They won the Eastern Conference title last year. I don't know. Let's see it.
Philadelphia Flyers 34-24-12.
All right. Well, that sounds somewhat convincing.
Chicago Blackhawks 42-24-6.
Defending Stanley Cup champions. You got to tell me their record. That's convincing enough.
Dallas Stars 43-21-9.
Tyler Seguin got hurt. They're done.
And that was the top. That was the 10 through 6. The 5 through 1. This is number 5. St. Louis Blues 42-22-9. Number 4, Anaheim Ducks 40-22-9.
The Ducks got real hot out of nowhere.
Pittsburgh Penguins 40-24-8.
10 seconds.
Washington Capitals 40.
Best team in the league.
LA Kings drop the mic.